What's up, guys? Welcome back to I Know Ball. Today we'll be ranking the top 31 right fielders in the MLB. I'm pretty sure we all know who number one is going to be, but I can tell you it definitely isn't. Zach Veen of the Rockies, who's number 31. Just not a very good first 34 at bats for Veen in the majors. 118 average, 424 OPS, 13 OPS plus. Did hit a homer and drove in two, stole a bag. He's a good prospect. He's in Colorado. He's going to hit. He could be a Rookie of the Year candidate next year. I don't know. At number 30 is Jordan Walker of the Cardinals. What a complete bust Walker has been. In 363 at-bats in 2025, he batted 215 with a 584 OPS, 66 OPS plus, 6 homers, 41 RBIs, played awful defense, negative 4 outs above average, but the WAR, negative 1.7, negative 1.2. Cardinals would have more value playing me. At number 29 is Jack Caglione of the Royals. I don't know why this guy's an outfielder because he's never played it before and played it terribly. Negative 7 outs above average. And that probably is a big reason why his hitting was bad. 157 average, 532 OPS, 49 OPS plus, 7 homers, 18 RBIs, negative 1.3 BWAR, negative 1.6 FWAR. Cag will adjust. He just needs some time. At number 28 is Luis Matos of the Giants, another guy who plays right field terrible, negative 6 outs above average, but hitting was a little below average in 172 at-bats, 221 average, 691 OPS, 95 OPS plus, 8 homers, 22 RBIs, negative 0.2 B and F4. He's young, he's 24, has time, going into his 4th year in the bigs, probably needs to figure it out now. At number 27 is Victor Robles of the Mariners. His highlight of the year was chucking a bat at a pitcher in the minors. Super unjustified, but I don't see him getting much PT this next season. In 100 at-bats, he batted 245 with a 611 OPS, 77 OPS plus, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. The bright spot is he plays good defense, and that's really it. At number 26 is Josh Lowe of the Rays. He's been nowhere close to the player he was in 2023 when he had an 835 OPS. In 2025, he batted 220 with 650 OPS, 81 OPS plus, 11 homers, 40 RBIs, 18 steals, terrible defense as well, 0.1 BWAR, negative 0.1 FWAR. I don't know how much longer he sticks around. At number 25 is Dylan Cruz of the Nationals. Can't give up on the 2023 number 2 pick just yet. Has yet to look comfortable in the majors with this past season, having a 208 average in a 631 OPS, 79 OPS plus, 10 homers, 27 RBIs, 17 steals. Does play good defense. Just need to see that bat we saw out of LSU. At number 24 is Brooks Baldwin of the White Sox. In 300 at-bats in 2025, he batted 240 with a 697 OPS, 93 OPS plus, 11 homers, 38 RBIs, negative 0.5 BWAR, negative 0.2 FWAR. The worst defense so far, negative 11 outs above average, but he's a utility guy, so that isn't coming from just one spot. I don't know really what to expect from him. At number 23 is George Valera of the Guardians. Only 41 at-bats, but they weren't bad. 220 average, 748 OPS, 107 OPS plus, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Had an 800 OPS in AAA last year, so I think that can come over to the majors. That's what he's known for, is his bat. He should have the starting job. Guardians fans should be optimistic about him. At number 22 is Griffin Conine of the Marlins. In only 80 at-bats, he batted 253 with a 732 OPS, 101 OPS plus, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, mid-defense. I like the hitting metrics a lot more than Valera, so have him one spot above him, basically just for that reason. But if he gets a shot, stays healthy, he could pop off. At number 21 is Dylan Beavers of the Orioles. In 110 at-bats in 2025, Beavers looks solid. 227 average, 375 on base, 775 OPS, 120 OPS plus, 4 homers, 14 RBIs, 1 BWAR, 0.7 FWAR. He's their number 2 prospect. He will have the starting job. He might run for Rookie of the Year. At number 20 is Jesus Sanchez of the Astros. Finally got out of Miami and stuck it up in Houston. Had a 740 OPS with Miami and then a 611 with Houston. Over the whole year, he had a 237 average, 699 OPS, 92 OPS plus, 14 homers, 48 RBIs, 1.3 BWAR, 1.0 FWAR. Average defender, just a mid player. At number 19 is Noel V. Marte of the Reds. New position for Marte and basically saved the Red season by robbing Brian Reynolds of a home run that probably would have cost him a playoff bid. He hit good with a 263 average, 748 OPS, 99 OPS plus, 14 homers, 51 RBIs, 1.4 BWAR, 1.1 FWAR. Might have been the PEDs. I don't know. At number 18 is Wencel Perez of the Tigers. Wencel's a better fourth outfielder than a starter, but he played well in 2025. He batted 244 with a 738 OPS, 103 OPS plus, 13 homers, 43 RBIs, decent defense, 2 outs above average, 0.8 BWAR, 1.7 FWAR, 17 doubles as well. He might be solid next year. At number 17 is Adolis Garcia, now on the Phillies. I'm not giving up on his bat just yet. In 2025, he was still down a bit. 227 average, 665 OPS, 93 OPS plus, 19 homers, 75 RBIs, good defense, 2.7 BWAR, 0.7 FWAR. This could either go really good for the Phillies or really bad. I don't see him playing the same again for a third year. At number 16 is Matt Wallner of the Twins. We all know he has some insane power, but doesn't have a ton of consistency getting on base. 202 average, 776 OPS, 110 OPS plus, 22 homers, 40 RBIs, good arm, bad glove. Definitely the best player so far. If he finds consistency, he could be an all-star. At the halfway point is Lawrence Butler of the Athletics. OPS dropped about 100 points from 2024, but I still think Butler is a very good player. In 2025, he batted 234 with a 710 OPS, 96 OPS plus, 21 homers, 63 RBIs, 22 steals, 4 outs above average. I don't understand how he played worse in Sacramento, but I think he gets back to his 2024 production. At number 14 is Anthony Santander of the Blue Jays. I know he was hurt basically the whole season, but when he played, he was just so bad. In 200 at-bats, he batted 175 with a 565 OPS, 57 OPS plus, 6 homers, 18 RBIs, negative 1 BWAR, negative 0.9 FWAR. I'm sure he'll be fine, just needs to stay on the field. At number 13 is Brian Reynolds of the Pirates. Awful first half, but really turned it around in the second half. 817 OPS. Over the whole season, he batted 245 with a 720 OPS, 99 OPS plus, 16 homers, 73 RBIs, 38 doubles. The pressure is lifted off Reynolds to lead this offense. This might lead to him having his best season. His metrics still look really good. Reynolds will be okay. At number 12 is Teoscar Hernandez. Down hitting year for Teoscar as well. 247 average, 738 OPS, 103 OPS plus, 25 homers, 89 RBIs, negative 9 outs above average in the outfield. I don't think the Dodgers want to trade him, but if they get the right deal, I feel like they might. Could be a big mistake though. Teo can still mash. At number 11 is Brandon Nimmo, now on the Rangers. In 2025, he batted 262 with a 760 OPS, 114 OPS plus, 25 homers, 92 RBIs, average defender, but will be in a new spot. 2.9 BWAR, 3.0 FWAR. Rangers outfield is kind of stacked. Wyatt Langford, Evan Carter, Brandon Nimmo, probably a top 10 outfield trio in the MLB. Getting the top 10 started is Wilyer Abreu of the Red Sox. Willier's a dog, and he needs to stop getting hurt and just stay on the field. In 373 at-bats, he batted 247 with a 786 OPS, 116 OPS plus, 22 homers, 69 RBIs, 3.2 BWAR, 2.4 FWAR. Amazing defender, back-to-back Gold Gloves, 8 outs above average. The Red Sox outfield is amazing, might be top 1 in the MLB. At number 9 is Jackson Chourio of the Brewers. A good second season for Chourio. 270 average, 770 OPS, 112 OPS plus, 21 homers, 78 RBIs, 21 steals, 35 doubles, 3 outs above average, 2.2 BWAR, 2.9 FWAR. The only thing I don't like is that they're slightly worse in 2024. He needs to take the next step next year to become an even better player. At number 8, this one hurts a little. Mike Trout of the Angels. If you're giving up on Trout, you are just insane. I know his numbers didn't look like Trout, but he's still coming off an injury. He batted 232 with a 797 OPS, 121 OPS plus, 26 homers, 64 RBIs, 1.5 BWAR, 1.8 FWAR. My heart says he turns it around. My gut says this could be the derail season. And at number 7 is Seiya Suzuki of the Cubs. He had his best season so far on offense and on defense, even though that was about league average. But he batted 245 with an 804 OPS, 130 OPS plus, 32 homers, 103 RBIs, 2.6 BWAR, 2.6 FWAR. I think he might make his first All-Star team next year. It's kind of crazy how he hasn't yet. At number 6 is Fernando Tatis Jr. of the Padres. We all know he plays amazing defense. He won the Platinum Glove last year. In 2025, he batted 268 with an 814 OPS, 125 OPS plus, 25 homers, 71 RBIs, 32 steals, finished 8th in MVP, 5.9 BWAR, 6.1 FWAR. Tatis is a dog. I want to see a 30 home run season, but outside of that, you know he's going to be a stud. At number 5 is Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks. Amazing defensive year for Carroll, having 10 outs above average, but the hitting really improved this year. 259 average, 883 OPS, 140 OPS plus, 31 homers, 32 steals, 84 RBIs. Led the majors in triples at 17, 5.8 BWAR, 6.5 FWAR, 6 MVP. Him and Perdomo are low-key one of the better duos in the league. At number 4 is current free agent Kyle Tucker. A bit of a down year for him, but still hearing his stats will help you understand that even a down year, he played this well. 266 average, 841 OPS, 143 OPS plus, 22 homers, 73 RBIs, 25 steals, below average defense, but that was in a big outfield. 4.6 BWAR, 4.5 FWAR. He's going to get a bag. I just hope not with the Dodgers. At number 3 is Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Braves, NL Comeback Player of the Year, and it was well deserved. In 338 at bats, he batted 290 with a 935 OPS, 163 OPS plus, 21 homers, 42 RBIs, only 9 steals, which is concerning, but I understand why he stopped stealing if he does. Horrible defense, negative 11 outs above average, but an amazing arm. Full season Acuna next year, he will return back to MVP form. At number 2 is Juan Soto of the Mets. Burrow almost went 40 for 40. Nobody expected him tied in the NL for most steals at 38 with O'Neal Cruz, but we know his hitting is amazing. 263 average, 921 OPS, 160 OPS plus, 43 homers, 105 RBIs, 127 walks, which led the league, 6.2 BWAR, 5.8 FWAR. Juan Soto's a dog. He doesn't deserve as much money as he has, but he's just a great player. And come on, we all know who's going to be number 1. Aaron Judge of the Yankees, the best hitter of this generation, is absolutely insane how good of a hitter he is. First, we will all acknowledge his defense, which has always been pretty good, 4 outs above average. But let's just get into the hitting. Led the league in average at 331. Led the league in on base at 457. Bro almost got on base half the time. 1,144 OPS, which led the league. 124 walks, 53 homers, 114 RBIs, 137 runs, which led the league. 9.7 BWAR, 10.1 FWAR, which led the league. He hit for once a little in the playoffs as well. Judge shouldn't be in the MLB. They need to make a higher league for him. Thank you guys for watching. Designated hitters will be next. Have a great day.